Okay, lecture 40, gas pressure and its measurement. You should know these terms here. First question is, what is the difference between a barometer and a manometer? Now, they both measure pressure. They both have evacuated tubes, something that starts out with a vacuum, and then they have mercury. A barometer, though, is opened up to the atmosphere, and the atmosphere can push on it, pushes the mercury up into the column, and so the height here is given in millimeters of mercury, and that's how we find our pressure. Now, there's nothing pushing back because it's a vacuum, but what keeps the mercury from going up to the top is its own weight. So the weight is pulling it back down. The atmosphere is pushing it up. So a barometer measures atmospheric pressure. A manometer has it's like a barometer that's been attached to a reaction vessel. So it's different in that it's not opened up to the atmosphere. The evacuated tube with the mercury is connected to a reaction vessel. The gases that are produced or will push on this plug of mercury. If there was no pressure behind it, the levels of mercury would be equal. So if there's any pressure pushing on it, pushing this mercury up, we measure this height, and again, that gives us the pressure. If there are gases that are being used up, then the pressure is going to drop, and this plug of mercury will shift the other way. So a manometer measures the pressure inside of a reaction vessel. So that's the difference between the two. Now let's convert some pressures here. If we have 15.6 millimeters of mercury, we convert to atmospheres. The conversions you should know is 760 millimeters of mercury is 1 atmosphere. So 15.6 divided by 760. So this is 0.0205 atmospheres. 15.6 millimeters of mercury, if you want to convert to torr, well, millimeter of mercury and torr are the same unit. So every millimeter of mercury is 1 torr, and torr comes from Torricelli, who invented the barometer. So it's a tip of the hat to him. So 1 millimeter of mercury is 1 torr. So it's just that they're used interchangeably a lot, so you should know those. And then if we want to convert to Pascals, we'll start from the beginning, even though we could use atmospheres up here. Let's just 760 millimeters of mercury is 1 atmosphere. And another conversion factor you should know, 1 atmosphere is 101,325 pascals. Pascal is an SI unit of pressure. It uses the base units of the metric system, so that's why it has such a large number, just how it turns out. And it's also the reason that we don't use pascals that much, because it's just a very large number. And we could certainly change this to kilopascals, which is often done because it's just such a large number of pascals per atmosphere. Converting atmospheres to millimeters of mercury, we'll go back the other way. So converting between atmospheres and millimeters of mercury happens quite a bit. So we should be able to do that. So we have 6.15 times 760. And we get 4.67 times 10 to the third. Millimeters of mercury, which is also the number of torr. And then converting to pascals, we'll start again with atmospheres. 1 atmosphere is 101,325 pascals. And so we have 6.15 times 101,325, and we come up with 6.23 times 10 to the 5th pascals, or 623 kilopascals. And that's the deal.